Now that we have covered all the basic commands of modify, let's also look into the advanced command. And again, it's very easy to utilize all the commands in AutoCAD. Just hover over it and you will yourself know what it is. So set to by there changes the property overrides of selected objects to by there. Means anything which is made by block, for example, in this case for the red one, here if you go and select this, it will just go to by there. So in this case, it is now returned back to its original there command, there color. Same goes for the other command, which is change space. So if you want to modify this one, for example, select this one, and then you can just click this. So it will now go to the layout, for example. Then you have the modify command lengthen. This is very good for the lines. Sets all the lines to specific length. So let's go to that again. For example, if I want to make a total length of 30, for example, then I just go and select the lines, will make all the lines of 30 meter. So now this line width is 30 meter. Same goes, for example, for the array. If I want to all the lines, any line in the drawing can be converted to 30 meter. But again, as you can see, it only works for the lines. It will not work for polyline. It will not work for squares, rectangles, but everything else it can be 30 meter. Okay. Then you have the advanced command of erase, edit polyline. So in this case, you can edit polyline, which for us is over here. Polyline. I have forgotten. Yes, over here. This is the polyline. You have over here different options to edit. You can also have, for example, decurve, line, fit. So these are different options of modifying the polyline, for example. And then you have the option to modify spline, and we have created many splines over here. So here you have different, you can convert it to polyline, you can also convert it to, you can also modify it. Like these are different modification options. I haven't utilized polyline or this modification options, but these are different options that you can utilize. Also, you can edit an hatch. So for here we have the hatch, we have options to edit. We can change the fill, we can change how it is added. We can also make it a gradient, for example. So let's do that. And similarly, you will get an option over here, a ribbon for hatch editor, but also if you want to edit it over here, you can edit. The next advanced command is editing an array, and here we have our own array. Here we can edit it. Also, if you just click the array, you will have options to edit. Similarly, we have more modify commands, which is align. and this is a very good command. If you can see over here, it will align the objects in a certain way. If you remember our attempt to create a polygon to align a pentagon with an octagon, here the align command will make things easier. So what we'll do, the edge and the edge where we need to align it, then again the edge and the next edge. Just click spacebar. Yes. Scale objects based on alignment point, no. So now you can see it's copied and aligned. At the same time, for example, I can also, if you have seen the last option, you can also scale it. Let me just copy one more. Let me align it, align it in a different way, just to be aligned over here. Okay, once I click spacebar, it will ask, and I can select yes. So here you can see these are two aligned and scaled, and this is aligned but not scaled. So depending upon what kind of objects you want to create and how you want to work around it, you can create these like aligned objects but with different scaling. Also, we have an option to break, which is what it does, what it says it does. So it basically breaks your object at a certain point. For example, you have already created this and you want to break it over here. That's it. The object is broken now, and it can work on many things. It can even work in a pentagon or object. And then there is the option for break at point. Means you can just break it at point. Let me use a line to demonstrate this. You can just break at this point. So now it was before one line, now it is two lines. In this one, you are breaking the line itself. If you remember the previous version in draw, we are creating a divide. Here we were not breaking the line, it was dividing it in certain manner. So for example, it was dividing it into 3 numbers, but the line was still straight. So it was just giving you points. Move. So it was just giving you points and the line was intact. But if you use the modify command of break at a point, then here you are breaking the line itself. For example, if I put it over here, the line itself is broken. It's not divided, it's broken. I hope that clarifies certain things. Then we have the reverse option. Reverses the direction of the line. The same also we have the option of join. So like the break, we also have join. So for example, if I want to join these two, I cannot right now because it's not aligned. So let me first align it, move, endpoint. Now I can connect both of them. So I will join these two lines. Now it's back to one line. It's like doing the magic trick. A ribbon, open it, it's joined. A ribbon, break it, it's broken. So like that. And then there is the whole reverse option. The reverse option is very good, for example, for raise. You just want to reverse it, or for example, line. You want to reverse these options. Then there is nested objects. So if you have a object or a block, like you have an object inside an object or a block, and then there is the delete duplicate objects command. So it cleans it deletes all the overlapping objects. If there is any overlaps, it will delete the objects. So this helps to clear your drawing. Bring to front command is very good. For example, over here there is a wipeout, but if I want to bring something back to the wipeout, I can just click this and it will bring it. So there is also an option over here, bring to front. So it is like bring to front or send under an object, above an object. So bring above objects, if I click that, it will bring above the objects. One second. Bring above an object, and if I click this, then this object, now if you see, it's above the object. So this is very good in terms of layering. For example, if something is below the hatch and you want to bring it above the hatch and something like this, it's although it's very rarely used in AutoCAD, because when you're creating 2D drawing with empty spaces, almost everything is visible. So for me personally, but then sometimes if you have a hatch and if you need to show certain drawing, for example, when you zoom out, you might not see certain things, but if you bring it above, then you will see those things highlighted if you zoom out. So these are some commands that are very helpful, and I hope you benefit from the advanced commands and the basic commands of the modify.